What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. If you have seen my videos, I know I have looked at my videos and obviously they're not good, so it's okay. Today I want to talk about relationships and how you, what you should do in a bad situation, or, how do you know someone probably won't hurt you. So, of course, I'm in a relationship, and I feel like that this relationship is probably gonna last. He's the best guy I've ever been with. He treats me right, even though when I seem like I am down and everything, but he always tries to keep me up and everything. But in the past, I have been in bad relationships, and there's a lot of people that I've known who's in a bad relationship and stayed in that relationship because they love somebody. Now, I understand how that is because I have been in bad relationships and I'm just like, oh, I love this person. Even though he hurts my feelings and everything else, it's like you love this person and it's just like you want them to change and you feel like they will change, but there are a lot of times they won't change. And to identify, it's like he treats you like shit most of the time. He makes you feel bad about yourself, or he doesn't spend time with you and he ignores you, feeling like every day he's cheating on you and everything else. And it's just, when you get hurt multiple times by people, you feel like you can't trust anybody because, it's really hard. With my boyfriend that I have, I do the same thing. I'm like, I want to think that you do love me and I want to believe that you're never going to leave, but it's like you've heard these things before, like, oh, I'm never going to leave you, I'm always going to be here, and you get crushed because they find someone better or all of this. But I feel, because there's a lot of relationships that, the man or the woman is being, mean. Like, they'll call you names, like, they'll call you retarded, stupid, you're a bitch, a cunt, all this, and they do it all the time. And then they pay attention to something else more than you, or they pay attention to somebody else than you. And then it's just like, what do we do? Because, I love him or her, but I feel that they can change and I feel all this. But in reality, not a lot of people change. I'm not saying there aren't people that can, because everybody can change. They just need to want to change for you to change. But forcing someone to change is not easy, and I mean, it's their decision, but they don't realize that they can lose a lot of people when they do this stuff. And like with me, I've been with quite a few people, but there was always something like that they say they'd be with you, but they're always saying that they want to leave, or they do leave and keep coming back, and it's just a back and forth thing all the time. And a lot of people just don't realize that, with that happening, there could be somebody else in the picture, or they're just using you as a choice until they find somebody. That's why they go back and forth. And the thing is that it hurts you, like, very bad. And what a lot of couples don't realize, what men and women do not realize, is that if your spouse is like, well, with me, it's like when I talk to my boyfriend and I'm like, I want to leave, like, I'm scared, I don't want to get hurt. It makes me feel bad that I act like that because my boyfriend is such a good guy and he's very kind-hearted. It's just, you think, and it's just like, what would happen? Because I've been left before, why wouldn't it happen again? And it's hard because it's just like, every second is like, I don't know if I want to be in this relationship because I'm scared I'm going to get hurt. And what I've realized also is that, yes, in my head, I feel like I'm going to get hurt, but saying those things will hurt the other person. And it makes me feel bad that I'm a bad person, but it doesn't really necessarily make you a bad person. It's just so many people have gone around and said they would never leave your life, they would never hurt you, and the first thing they do is hurt you. And they say that they'd always be with you, but they find someone 10 times better and prettier or something like that. And it's like thinking on that, it's just like, well, okay. So in your mind, it's programmed that everyone's going to hurt you. You're not worth it, and you don't want to get hurt because, like I said, with me, like, I get hurt, I cry for weeks. I'm very depressed. Like, I have mental issues. And it's just like, well, I get hurt, and it's just like instant, like, I'm worthless, I should die, nobody wants me, all that. And with the boyfriend I have now, I'm still a little like, okay, well, sometimes I want to die because I don't know, that's just what I go to. And it's true. There are times I do want to die because I've been hurt so much, and it's stressful because you're like, well, when's it going to happen? There has to be a time that it's going to happen. And it hurts inside. But the thing is that my boyfriend, every time I said I wanted to leave, he never gave up. He was always there. He would talk to me. He would get upset because he didn't want me to go because he wants me. And that's what makes me feel stronger, is because I feel like he is trying. And for that, it's just like, maybe that he might not leave, but, still in the back of my head, it's just like, he might. And it's hard because I don't want to put that on him, thinking all that, but I really, really do love him. I mean, he's fun to be around. He's amazing to talk to, and he's very supportive, and even if I'm stressed out and everything, he's always there. And that's what you need in a relationship. You need someone who's going to be there for you, someone that is there, when they're not busy because of work and everything. But someone there, like, a go-to person, like, you can talk to him about anything and he won't get upset at you. Or, someone that will give you cuddles, fucking give you kisses, hugs, everything, make you feel like a queen, which my boyfriend is very good at that. Like, he makes me feel like I'm a princess in his life, and it's really amazing on how one person can make someone's life so much better. And I feel that, in my opinion, I feel that every person that has hurt me led me to the person that will not hurt me. And I'm actually grateful that I did get hurt in the past, because I would have never, if I stayed with that person or something, I would have never met the person that I love now. And he's the best person in my life, and I love having him around, even though he could be annoying. I love him to pieces, and I'm glad that he is in my life. And everybody, I'm not sitting here bragging, oh, I have a boyfriend and you don't. No, I'm talking about, if you are in a relationship and you feel that it's not going well, or, he's calling you names, or he doesn't pay attention to you, that would be the time to stand up and leave. Even though it is very, very, very hard to do, you need to stand up and leave, because you're just going to be hurt for the rest of your life. And that's not what you need. Either give them a chance to change or leave, because down the road there will be somebody special and they will treat you the way you want to be treated. It just takes time. And I've known my boyfriend for about 2 years now, and I had a crush on him, but, I didn't really pay attention to him and everything because of a lot of things that were going on, and then we quit talking for a while. And then on Valentine's Day this year, he asked me out, and, it's been the best almost 2 months that I've had, and I'm very happy that he asked me out, and I'm very happy that he is in my life, and I hope that all of you will take this video and see the symptoms of a bad person for your life, because there have been a lot of people that's probably took their lives because of it. And I know sometimes I talk about a lot about suicide, but suicide's a big thing, and you need to find somebody that will sit and listen to you and make you feel good about yourself. And everybody is different, everybody's got their own sense of style about somebody. They're, got kinky shit, got, a whole bunch of stuff. And the thing is that, people don't realize when it's time to go. People have gotten beaten, people have gotten hurt, and everything else. And it's hard to think about because, personally, it's just like, well, if this person's hurting me, obviously he does not love me. He does not want my time. And with my boyfriend, he calls me every single day. He makes sure I'm okay when I'm pissed. He's always there, and I feel like he is the person of my dreams, and I feel that this relationship will last till the end. And, he makes me so happy that, it's like words can't explain how much I love him and everything. And I truly want this relationship to last, because I don't think I've ever felt this way about somebody. And I think he's the best one I've ever had. He makes sure he can come see me when he can. If he wants to go somewhere, he asks me if he can go, but it's just like, okay, just make sure you text me, make sure you get a hold of me to see if you're okay, And like today, he asked me if he can go visit his dad, and I was like, well, it's your dad. I don't mind if you go, but his dad does not like me, so it's just like, just don't talk bad about me. I don't want to find out that you're talking shit about me. And, with him, it's like, he asks me if he can go somewhere, and it's like, okay, it's kind of weird because, everyone just goes, but he sits there, oh, are you okay with it? And I trust him enough, so it's like, okay, if you go, just make sure you don't cheat on me, and, everything will be fine. Text me to see if you're okay. And because I don't want nothing bad to happen to him. I would feel horrible if something bad happened to him. And the reason why I have him text me is because I freak out easily. So if he doesn't text me around a certain time or anything, I freak out, and it's like, what have I done? Is he okay? I have gone to the point to where crying because I'm not sure if he's okay. But, if he lets, I feel like it's like communication, which I have talked in another video on my old channel, is that, communication's a big thing. Like, if I went to a store or I went to a friend's house, it's like, hey, I'm going to a friend's house, so don't freak out if I don't answer. I would rather have that type of communication. Tell me where you're going, then we'll be fine. Just in case something happens, I could probably go find you or something like that. And I love him. Like, he is my whole world, and without him, I don't know what would happen. I mean, he's the love of my life, and I hope all of you will take this video and, keep an eye out for someone not treating you right. It could be man or woman, because we go both ways. Girls can be abusive just as much as guys can. And, it doesn't matter if it's physical abuse, mental abuse. Either way, it's abuse. And, yeah. But there's also a little thin line of abuse and picking on. And, people pick on people, and sometimes they take it way too far. But that's when you need to sit down and talk and be like, okay, we need to figure something out, But when you have someone change, you need to let them have time to change, because with me, like, my boyfriend and I have had conflicts, and with me, it's just like, you don't change, I'm leaving. And I didn't give him time, as probably because I've learned that people don't really change. But since I've been with him, it's like people can change, because he's been trying his hardest to, make sure that he's trying to change. He's trying, and that's all that matters to me. He is making changes, and that's all that matters. And I love him just coming over, spending time with me, and I'm very grateful that he tries so hard. And sometimes he's a little rough, but I don't blame him on that one, because some guys don't know their own strength. But I know he doesn't mean to. But the thing is, you guys can't just jump to conclusions. It's not, because jumping to conclusions will lead to bad stuff. And you give them time to change, talk to them, communicate. Communication is always a big thing. And just love that person conditionally. It's like, treat them the way you would want to be treated. Just make them feel special. Make them feel like there's something. Because one day you could realize that you lost something that you wanted. And because at one point you will probably think, oh, she's leaving me. Okay, well, bye. And then you won't realize what you lost until you realize it. And a lot of times that's hard. I've had somebody like that where he wasn't treating me right or anything, so I said, bye, I can't do this, and I got into another relationship, and he wanted me back. And I'm never going to leave the current person for somebody that treated me like crap. So, with everything is just like, don't cheat, be loyal, because it can hurt a person. Some people can commit suicide. Some people can go to cutting and hurting themselves. And nobody wants that. And, just love the person. Make them feel special. And, don't go behind their backs or anything. Like, I've known a lot of people that's hurt in their... Like, I had a friend, and I had two friends, and they were dating, and one of them cheated on my friend multiple times, but he couldn't leave. He loved her and everything else, and he would come over to my house and talk to me about it all the time. Like, I don't know what to do. I'm in this situation. And so the thing is that boyfriends and everything and girlfriends, a lot of people don't do a lot of communication anymore. People go on dating sites while they're still with somebody, and that's hard, because it leads to not trusting somebody, and trust is another big thing. And I've talked to my boyfriend, and I'm like, it's going to be very hard for me to trust you, because I have given so many people trust, and I have been broke. And he knew that when he first got with me, he knew how depressed I was and how hurt I was, because he could tell, that I was broken, and he's slowly fixing me. And, it's just, I love this guy. I love him so conditionally, and I really don't think I could really live without him. And if something bad happened to him, or if we broke up, I don't think I'd live, because I think that would be my last straw. And like I said, I don't think I've ever loved somebody this much, and I've been trying to change as well, and this man is just my world, and I can't lose him, and I love him unconditionally. And for all of you out there, you know, you will know if you find you find somebody, you can laugh together, you can make jokes about each other to each other and laugh it out, and you know, you just want to spend every minute with them. That's when you know you found somebody that you could really be with for the rest of your life. And I'm hoping one day I will marry this guy and we will have a life together, and I don't think I want to spend my life with anybody else but him. And because if I couldn't have him, then I wouldn't want anybody else, and I want to get married to this guy and live my whole life with him and have kids and everything at one point. And I'm very grateful that, you know, he doesn't hurt me in any way. He doesn't try to anyways. He just tries, and that's all that matters. You know, there'll be times he wants to take me out and everything, and I'm just like, no, I don't want you to spend money on me, even though that's like a man's kind of thing. I'm the type of girl that's just like, I have the money, I'll take you out. But we grew up differently, and you know, I like going out and everything, but I don't like people spending money on me unless it's my dad. And you know, it's just, I don't know what else I would do. Like, we sleep on the phone every night, and even though it annoys the crap out of me, he feels like he can't be without me, and it's just, he's always right there, and it's just, it's a blessing, it's a curse, but it's a blessing. And I mean, all relationships, people get annoyed with each other, and if you fight, the closer you are, the more you're gonna fight. But every relationship, you will fight. There is no doubt about that. But I would have to say that if you do fight, everybody needs to talk it out. With me, I don't like talking it out, but at one point I will. And talking it out, it's a lot better, because then you won't leave each other. Because I feel like leaving would have to be the last option. I would be like, talk to him, figure it out, but if he's just a dick or she's a dick and everything else, just leave. Because nobody can live with that pain, and I don't want anybody to live in pain. And, you know, this man is just my life, and, you know, he's part of my family. He's, you know, my family likes him, and, you know, it's like, I love him to pieces. It's amazing how just one person can make your life so much better. Like, if he wouldn't talk to me for a day, I think I would go crazy. Because I like his attention. I'm an attention whore. So I love his attention. And even though if I'm pissed off, you know, and I want to be left alone, leave me alone for a few minutes, and then I'm going to be like, okay, give me attention. And I always ask him every day. Well, not every day, but I will ask him occasionally. He's like, do you love me? Do you really love me? And he says yes every time. And sometimes I cry without him. You know, sometimes I'll be stressed out or something, and it's like I miss him so much, and I start to cry, and then I hear his voice, and it's just like everything comes back together. So that's what you all need in your life, is somebody that will always be there for you, and somebody who, you know, it just won't end. That you'll love each other from the end of time, and that's what everybody needs in their life, and not somebody who's going to abuse you and everything else. So, but John, I love you so much. You are the best person in my life. I know you'll watch this video. But you are the love of my life. I couldn't live without you, and I am hoping that one day we will get married and we will start our life together. But that is the end of this video. I just wanted to talk about relationships and some stuff, but don't let somebody make you feel like crap. Don't let anybody call you ugly or a piece of shit or anything, because you're stronger than that. You always need to be stronger than that. And it can be hard. It will be hard, because you can be called retarded and stupid all the time and you start believing it. And then someone comes along and it's just like, well, you're not, And you need to be with somebody that won't. And even though my boyfriend calls me a dumbass, I know he's picking, so I pick on him back. So as long as you know that your spouse is sitting there and being, they know that they're picking, then that's a whole different story. But if you don't know if they're picking or anything and it hurts your feelings, you need to talk about it. So, alright, so like this video, comment on this video. If you want more talking videos like this, advice, anything, let me know in the comments below. Tag somebody or share it with somebody that, couldn't relate to any of this or anything else. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of videos like this all around. But, some people just need to see everything else. And that's it for today. So, peace out, y'all.